that other fiddle. I tried a little bit of bidding low ground, but I don't know. I just can't play like I used to, Gordon. Nobody else when they get 80 years old, I don't
Well, you're doing good. Okay.
I think, to me like there's 3 parts in that. I used to play a little old tune on the fiddle. Gordon called Walks Like My Man. You know, you remember
Nope,
that?
never heard that.
It's in C. Man, I thought maybe that might have been over new, I expect.
I've heard that one. That's one I haven't heard.
I heard the old nigga John Anderson played over on the dance platform, right there where them new houses are built.
Yeah.
There's a little patch of, there used to be a little patch of timber out on the side of the road, and then they'd have a 4 days picnic up there.
Yeah.
It started on the 4th of August, that's when they got freed, you know, when
Yeah.
they was freed. Oh, nigger John Anderson sure play that. And the big old tall slim boy danced with a kind of a little small like nigger gal. And she got to making eyes to some of them other nigger boys around there.
Yeah.
And I never will forget that. And he grabbed her with her arms and jerked her over to him and said, "Dance to me, Sally." He said, "I fought you here."
Yeah, Foster, yeah. Well, you know, one night over here at Ozark, I don't know who said it, and I was sitting in there, and old By Kelly came in, and I'd heard somebody say something, you want to play, you know, and he said, "Oh no," or something, and I don't know anyway. Then somebody said, somebody get by his bass fiddle, and somebody in there said, "They already fotched it for him." And I looked around to see who it was. I hadn't heard that word in years and years. My great-grandmother used to use that word.
That's an old nigger word, you know.
Well, I'd never heard that, except for years, you know.
I was just a kid, but I never forgot that. Yes, I was listening to that before my old nigger word.
Well, these niggers didn't live down here. Were they from Springfield, or where were they from? Did they live around here?
They mostly come from Springfield.
Yeah.
At that time, there's a lot of niggers lived in Ozark, and they all come.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd bring their covered wagons and their cook stove or cook on an open fire, you know, on a kettle.
Yeah.
And they get the wood out of my woods over here, and this wood over here is all belonged to my grandfather.
Yeah.
And they had no fence around that, and he let them have all the wood they wanted. They'd pick up down logs and brush, you know.
Some of those dances you played at got a little rough sometimes, didn't they? Not in the homes. I said some of those dances at those dance halls got kind of rough, didn't they?
Well, these white boys come over here to kill the marshal. These old nigger men hired the Nixa marshal to keep order over there.
Yeah.
And some of them niggers get pretty drunk on the end, you know, and dope. They use coke, eat coke. So these white boys, he'd beat them up, throw them in jail, had them arrested for being drunk, hollering, and disturbing the peace. They had it in for them. They 4 or 5 of them made up the first day of the picnic. They come over in and they get in the fight of these niggers, and then somebody down on them all down on the ground and fighting would kill this marshal.
Oh,
and that way, they all had pistols just like double-barreled Derringer, you know. They had it framed. And this Mr. Hedgepeth, the old-time fiddler, played the fiddles with them, but he wasn't in the shooting bunch.
Yeah.
So one of these boys went over to stand this fiddler, John Anderson. Mother Runner had a cold, had 2 or 3 cold drinks stand his head. I wasn't over there that day. And he walked over and ordered a drink and a glass of something. And she got it for me, just turned around and pulled in her face. So this fiddler nigger, John Anderson, that is her son, he got up and knocked this white boy down. And from that, the white boys and nigger boys all went to pound on top of each other on the ground, a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
And one of them killed this fiddler, nigger John Anderson, with one of them Derringers out from under the bunch while they was all down there fighting. Couldn't tell who done it, you know. And this marshal never showed up that day. He must have got word of it.
Those white boys were after the marshal?
Yeah, they was going to kill him.
Use this as a cover-up for the thing.
That's what they come there for, to kill him, see? And he must have got, somebody must have tipped him off. He didn't show up that day. And, so they's drunk and mean, you know, these white boys. Well, they's bad nicks. You be bad around here.
Yeah.
I've been out there when they're shooting at each other in the dark. Me and my brother-in-law, he was raised in Nixa. We married sisters. And we'd hide around the corner in the building and see who was going to get killed, you know. And the bullets flying around there. That's back when we 14 and 15 years old. And one old boy trying to whip everybody next to him and cussed everybody in the whole country. And his brother and dad, they got his brother and dad, and they come out there with a ladder rope and Model T4 and layered him. And he's going to, he didn't know him, didn't want to know him, didn't know who he was, didn't give a damn. And they tried to get him in the car and get him out of Nixa. And found his brother, layered him around the arms, and jerked him down and hog-tied him. Got help, put him in the car and took him off.
Well, some of those boys, they still carried guns, didn't they, years ago? When you were a boy, didn't some of them still carry guns?
Who?
Some of those guys still carried guns, didn't they?
Well, I expect they did. Of course, they're too old now, you know.
Well, I mean, years ago.
Oh, yeah,
back when you were a boy.
Yeah, they all had a gun.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
I carried one, and lots of times I'd go in the depot down there, and this 32, little 32 in the hip pocket, usually when I had an overcoat on.
Yeah.
And I was afraid out there late around Springfield at tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And little Ivory Johnson, 32, short.
Yeah.
And didn't take up much room. I wish I got the other fiddle. It just sounds so much better, but I just afraid that
that's all right.
I'd run left this catch, you know. I was trying to think of something that we might know.
What's some other tunes some of the old timers played? Some of these real, like that,
Play Run, Nigga, Run.
Yeah, Play Run, Nigga, Run. That's Run, Johnny, Run nowadays. You know Sam, they changed it? It's Run, Johnny, Run. You wouldn't better.
I try to play Black Mountain Rag in the C, and you're supposed to play it in A. Yeah. I just can't get it in that old time A. That's where it ought to be played.
Now, you know none of those, Art doesn't play Black Mountain Rag, and Raymond doesn't play it. I don't know any of them that play it.
Yeah, Art
wait, they play Black Mountain Rag. What am I
Art
thinking
plays
of?
Black Mountain Rag.
Wait, there's another one then. That Black Mountain Rag's what Geneva jigs to. That's what she likes to jig to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Mountain Rag. There's another one. I can't remember. They were asking one night.
Art's getting pretty good on that Orange Blossom Special, but he don't like to play it.
No, he won't play it out there. Well, he can play that Mockingbird.
Yeah.
You know.
He's good on that.
Yeah.
Art's good on a lot of that. He's got a good time. Second after.
He's easy second after.
Yeah. he plays some awful good old timers in A.
Yeah, and I like A.
Yeah, I do too. On the guitar, but I never could play much in A. I can play Carroll County Blues in A. Art plays that in G.
Yeah.
I can't get over it.
It's all right.
I just run my fingers playing the guitar and the banjo.
Can you play Run Nigger Run?
No, I sat and asked Mr. Headspit, thousands of times. I don't know where to even start now.
What about it?
Dad?
Close to
I
it.
thought you said that was a Willie Blues tune.
Huh?
Willie Blues?
Oh, yeah, that's the Highway Nigger. See?
Highway there.
Oh, okay, there. I've never heard that one. This is new.
I been on the fiddle over there one night, and Kelly sitting there, and Kelly said, "What's the name of that tune?" He just worked that bass fiddle over, you know. And I didn't want to tell him Highway Nigger, and I said, "That's Highway Colored Boy."
Well, Emanuel there one night played. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one.
There's two parts to it. There ain't much second to it. I play it over every once in a while, and the whole crowd will get to dance.
Well, you know those ones that are where there's real easy to second. I think those must be the oldest tunes
The older tunes,
because
yeah.
they've lasted so long.
Yeah.
They're so simple.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, everybody can do them. It's the thing. I really think it seems like most of those are.
I try to play the wagon a little bit like Mr. Headspit played it. Now that's another tune he had. Everybody in the world beat on that. Well, it's just the way the toss up between him and Jack Field on the Wagner.
Yeah.
They played a whole lot alike. My fingers step, Gordon. I missed a lot of notes.
It's all right. It's all right.
I tried.
Okay.
Them joints are stiff and they're also sore. And we really wore it out Saturday night. Now,
Yeah, that's what Art said. He said he just played and played and played.
Everybody had the best. I believe had the best music party we ever had. I've never seen nothing like it. Cold, you know.
Yeah.
And everything sounded good. The instruments sounded good in cold weather.
And you moved back by the stove?
Yeah, we moved out to the stove.
Well, he said there wasn't too big a crowd there.
Kelly played the bass fiddle. He'd give out, and Thelma come in about 10:30, and she started working that bass fiddle over there.
Yeah.
We got home though. I got home about 15 to 12, and
You did play a long time then.
I had the other fiddle.
Well, that's sometime we'll get together.
I can play a lot of tunes. This fiddle, this too, it's a tenor. Mom don't like the sound of this fiddle. It's an awful well-made fiddle, and it's about 75 or 78 years old.
It's in good shape.
Yeah, it's
Awful
never been
good
played on. Old Doc Mars, him and his dad used to have a doctor's office on Carter Street there with that old hotel.
Yeah.
And his dad bought this fiddle for him when he was a kid. He took 2 or 3 lessons and couldn't play it. So he just put it away in the case, and that ain't the case there.
Yeah.
He said that he left the case open and cats got in it, and he had to burn it up.
Yeah.
And he bought that case there and put it in, and he put it in that case there, and wrapped the tarpaulin over it and put it in a big old walnut wardrobe.
Yeah.
And he hadn't seen it for 25 years.
Yeah.
And he said he decided he'd get out and look at it and maybe try to sell it. And when he got it out, well, the silverfish had got in there and it had a tail gut and gut string.
Yeah.
No wonder he couldn't learn how to play the gut
Yeah.
string. Takes a violinist to play gut string,
Yeah.
you know. And so he called up Doc Elkins. Doc Elkins is a big orchestra violinist, you know.
Yeah.
He played with big symphony orchestra in Chicago for I don't know how many years, and then finally started to make a doctor. Well, his father and my mother was first cousin. And then Doc, some about second cousin,
Yeah.
third cousin. Well, he knew Doc was a fine violinist, see, and he thought his fiddle was run, and wasn't nothing bad with the fiddle at all.
Yeah.
And he asked Doc if he'd get to fix his fiddle. He said, send it down to Jude Herndon. Take it down to Jude Herndon, he'll fix it for it. So I brought it down there, and it's pretty, and
Oh, it is pretty. That is
fine
pretty.
fiddle.
Yeah.
And I said, Doc, he said, let me sell that fiddle. And I said, oh, I couldn't buy that fiddle. I said, what do you want for it? He said, take $100. I said, back then I didn't have no $100. I guess I'd had it about 15 years. So I put new strings on it, and I think the bridge, one of the feet busted off the
Yeah.
bed, and it come to about $7. And he come down. I called him up and told him, I said, Doc, we got the fiddle done. And he come down after, and this same boat, the boat with the new, now that hair is 78 years old,
My goodness.
and the bow.
Well.
Art sells them bows nowadays for $14 or $15.
Yeah.
Bows just like that. And so when he come down after it, I said, Doc, I'll give you $50 for that fiddle. Oh, he said, ain't nobody gonna get that fiddle less than $100. And so he lived out on Fremont, and he had bad kidney stones.
Yeah.
Just about dead. He's getting close to 90.
Yeah.
And his wife was younger person. So I got studying about him. I told Mom, I said, now Mom, that old man was going to die. And he said his wife was crazy about, she'd buy her a little piece of land, she'd get a hold of it.
Yeah.
And I said, now when he passes away, she'll take what she get out of that fiddle and put them in on her lot.
Yeah.
A piece of ground someplace, because she's crazy about lot. And I said, let's go up there and I'll see if I can talk him out of that fiddle. So I went up there, and he had a lot of fine guns, and he wanted to sell me some guns. I wasn't interested in guns. I had a lot of guns. He had some dandies. Had a 25 special pump shotgun.
Huh.
It wasn't the 20 gauge. It was a 25 special. I never seen nothing like it.
Never heard of
And
it.
it was a Marlin.
Yeah.
Marlin. And he offered me for $40. That's been 12, 15 years ago, 12 years ago anyhow. Somebody loaned me. And I said, Doc, I just think I'm used, you know. And I said, I come up here to see if you're going to sell me that fiddle. He said, I am, if you got $100. And he said, that's the price on it, and I ain't going to sell it if I get $100. And I said, well, Doc, I ain't going to give you no $100 for that fiddle. I ain't got it. Well, he said, you can get it. And I said, well, that's all right, but I ain't got it. I can't give you no $100. So we showed the wagon around a while. He had a whole big bunch of old time pistols and rifles, shotguns and everything. And I kind of thought I'd look at them guns, maybe he'd kind of soften up a little.
Yeah.
So finally, he was getting pretty shaky. He needed to lay down. And I told him, I said, well, Doc, we're going to have to go. I said, we can't trade it. And got out the door, and he come to his door with us, front door with us. Got out the door, he said, wait a minute. I said, I just thought of something. He said, I got the first flatback mandolin ever come into Springfield. First flatback at Lonnie's music store had in Springfield.
Yeah.
And my dad bought it from me, and I never could play that either. And he said, tell you what I'll do, you give me $100 for that fiddle, and I'll give you that mandolin. I I said, well, I'll have to see what the mandolin looks like. Come right on in here. He said, I ain't seen it for 10 years. He said, I know it's around here someplace. Well, this was his wife went to heaven and hunted up, and they found it. And it's awful good little mandolin. The only thing wrong with it, the bridge is too low and the strings is touching.
Yeah.
So I had sold the bridge and just made it perfect. Well, I had this mandolin in here, and I couldn't play one anymore for reaching over. And I sold it to Tommy Gilbert over here, his daughter, for $20, so I made the fiddle cost me $80.
Well, it came out all right.
So Ray Woods has got $150 sitting on this fiddle. And the reason I won't sell it to him, I think I know where I can find an old fiddle that belonged to Alec Metters that he read down on Bull Creek.
Yeah.
And he sold it and went to Tulsa during World War I to get 75 cents for haircuts out there, and there's 25 cents here.
Yeah.
And he sold his fiddle, and then he's getting up in the year, and he never did buy it back. He married a Nixa woman, and an old maid out here at Nixa, and Elliot never had been married before either. And he put up a hardware store. But you take a fiddle out there and a guitar, and he'd sure fiddle for you.
Yeah.
But I've seen him turn a pint of whiskey up and drink a whole pint of whiskey.
Ooh, gosh.
Big man,
Oh,
big guitar.
yeah, I still don't say I can do that.
Oh, you talk about fiddling, he really fiddled.
Yeah.
He played most everything in B flat.
Sometime I want to come down here. I want you to play something on that mandolin you got. That mandolin fascinates me.
Well, it's awful good tone. Gordon, but I'll reach over.
Yeah, well, maybe sometime when Art's with us or something.
Yeah, Art play it.
He can play it. Yeah, I'd like to get that.
That one looks just like his fiddle. It's old and it looks like a brand new one.
Yeah, I've seen his.
Yeah. It don't
That
look
one really, and the story you were telling me now, didn't you say you used to watch a couple of niggers using up on the square or something?
Kelly knew these two niggers, see.
Yeah.
They played this guitar. Old Jay Lyle's guitar player had a leg off, and they had a cork leg. I said, Mr. Lyles, how'd you lose that leg? He said, I was in bed with another man's wife, and he caught me and he shot me right through that leg, right through here with a 38 pistol. Said he's trying to shoot my feet, and he hit me in the leg. Said he stopped me too. He said, well, I've done enough on me. I didn't in bed with another man's wife. So he had a cork leg, and but boy, he was a guitar player. And this little Barnes, he's a little bit of nigger, and just straight as the Indian, and wore a little black hat back on the back of his head. And he just straight, and he just played that mandolin. He just took that mandolin from one end to the other.
Yeah.
He just started down this way, and then he'd walk back up like going up a ladder, you know. Played an old tune called Somebody Else May Be There While I'm Gone.
Yeah.
And here Rover, come over, heard my little dog Rover, and a lot of them.
Now, they used to play up on the square, you
said?
said?
Tishy Mingo Blues. I used to play a little of them. And that old blues in there, Wing Wang Blues.
Yeah.
Oh, he playing in 1,000 tunes, that little nigger could. And old Big J.R., that old big name, he'd choke that guitar, you never hear nothing like it.
What'd they do, play up on the square for money?
Well, you might be thinking old Professor Fred.
No, I thought you told me this guy had the mandolin. You said you used to go up there when you were a boy and listen to him?
Yeah. Professor Fred didn't have no mandolin. He played a violin, had a man played a bass guitar, the bass fiddle, and sat on a stool. You seen them days, ain't you?
Yeah.
On the night before Christmas, you know, they bust all over Springfield. And old Jay Lyles, he'd been dead about 8 or 10 years ago. The last time I talked to him, he was down to the police station. I started the farm club, you know where the farm club is? And I seen him over there, and he was way up 90, feeble. I went over and hollered at him. And he didn't remember my face, long notice, I guess. He said, hello here, Nixie. And called everybody Nixie down there. And I was talking to him there, and I said, do you still play the guitar and sing? He said, yeah, I can't play a guitar, it's anything fast.
Yeah.
I've got rheumatism in my hands and stiff, but said I can still play that for a slow song. He said, I made up a new song the other day, standing on the square in Springfield at sundown. And I said, Mr. Lott, sing it for me. And he took his hands like he's playing the guitar, you know, to keep time, and he sang it for me. Oh, it was pretty.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you ought to sell that to somebody on television. He said, I'd like to sing on television, but that's been further back than that. They wouldn't let no niggers on television.
Yeah.
And he said they won't let colored folks on television. And he died about a year after that. Way up 90.
Yeah.
And
I bet I'd remember him if I saw a picture of it, because I've
lived
lived my whole life up there.
Big, good-looking nigger, great big nigger, stout, and I always wore a little short-clipped mustache.
Yeah, I bet I'd know him.
He's a good-looking nigger.
Well, now these other two, the ones that had the mandolin, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, he died a long time ago.
Yeah.
And his wife, they used to bootleg out on Eli's and his wife, and this little mandolin player and his wife's named Claire, and Jay's wife's name is Bessie.
Yeah.
And they bootleg on Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday closed up on Sunday, you know, and they go out there and borrow whiskey and beer you wanted. And but Jay Eli's, this little barn, wasn't hardly ever there. They was always on a freight train playing someplace or another. And they'd come in and go out, you know.
Yeah.
They'd go out and make enough money to keep them all winter, see, busking.
Yeah.
Boy, all right, little nigga, just make the hair stand up on the back of your neck on that man. Pretty sound you
That's a pretty manly. That.
I see where he got too drunk and lost his pick, and he broke a piece of that inlay off and used the pick. And carried that man in a tow sack, a white sack, that old dirty white sack, carried that man in it.
Yeah. Where'd you finally get that?
Huh?
Where'd you finally get it, you said?
Down on Boone Street in the pawn shop.
That's right, you saw it in the pawn shop
I seen
after he
them
died.
brass keys down there,
Yeah.
Gordon. He had 2 brass keys in the back of it, and I think later on I put the money in there.
Yeah.
And I seen it turned over, he's hanging down on the counter, and it's full of dirt dauber's nest, and had the 2 little strings that broke off of it. It had 2 big strings.
Well, I'll be.
Double, they's all double, you know. And I seen them brass keys, and I told that old boy, I was down there buying this Hegwood boy guitar, second-hand guitar. I said, let me see that old bottom mandolin. He laid it out there. And I noticed as soon as I seen them brass keys, I knowed I'd give them 2 old niggas all the nickel and dime and quarter that I get. They'd play on the street corners, and the Lord allowed them, and they'd lay their hat down there, you know, and somebody'd stand there and listen to that little bit and throw a quarter, sometimes a $half, sometimes $1 in the hat, you know, nickel and dime.
Yeah.
And if nobody didn't throw no money in, they'd kind of rest a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And they bought Wing Wang Blues in the Springfield. That's
Yeah.
what they did. Oh boy, could he play that.
But they work on the railroad?
Huh?
They worked on the railroad, didn't you say?
No, they rode for boxcars.
Oh, they didn't work, huh?
They didn't work.
Oh, that's what you meant the other day. You were talking about them.
I told Mr. Lyles, old Jay Lyles, his name is Jay. I said, how'd you keep them railroad bulls from beating you up and throwing you off? He said, we'd say, mister, if you just let us play your tune, I believe you let us ride. And he said, they'd get that badly in guitar, you know, and them brakemen, them railroad bulls, throw them off, you know. They'd say, just don't let nobody see you, just stay right here.
Yeah.
And he said, we got by that way all the time.
I'm going to have to get going here. I'm staying
Gordon,
past my...
down. We've had a good time.
Well, I've enjoyed it. I want to do it again. I want to have you all up sometime.
I'll try the
I'll
other
get us
fiddle
all
next
the-
time he come down somewhere.
Get them all together and we'll...
Let me have his guitar a minute and see how it feels. Yeah, them strings ain't high.
Well, that's pretty easy to play.
Worst of it, Gordon, it's too big around, they'd eat me up, see?
Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
little bit.
See, I got those couches
Yeah.
cover my whole end of my
Well, you're
finger.
young yet, you know, and I ain't got
Yeah.
no meat over them
Yeah.
bones.
Yeah.
That little banjo string on the bar. Well, that's a good guitar. Good all the way down.
Yeah, it holds its tune pretty well.
Sure nice. Boy, you smart when you bought it.
Well, of course, I didn't realize they were ever going to get this. Well, like I said,
Did you have a hard time paying for it when you bought it?
No, I just made it out in payments.
I bought my old Gibson banjo from Mr. Who, little band, them
Yeah.
boys' grandfather.
Yeah, yeah.
$1, I just had $1, and they said, how much money you got on? And I said, I just got $1, Mr. Hoover. Well, give me that $1 and pay me $1 every Saturday. I give him $35 for the case. And sometimes we'd win a fiddling contest or dance job. Me and Charlie, that's about Luke, Kentucky. He's a boilermaker out to West Side shop. And then I'd go in there and pay him $2 or $3, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't take long to pay for it. He'd get up at night. Now, when I first got the banjo, Gordon, I tell you, it won't take long to tell you this.
That's all right. Go ahead. That's fine.
They'd, in rainy weather, where the calfskin head, they'd go down.
Yeah.
Just go down to nothing, you know. And I didn't understand that, and nobody didn't tell me. And I'd haul off. We had a dance job, and I'd haul off and tighten it up, you know. Finally, I'd say, Charlie, I've got to go down to Mr. Hoover's and rent a banjo. Did you bring the banjo? I said, yeah, I didn't bring it. And busted the head off it. Well, what are you doing? Tighten it up when it's raining? And I said, yeah, why not? Oh, in hell. He said, no wonder you bust the heads off of them. So I was going to tell you about Mr. Hoover. I'd go down there and I've done that. Bust the head off of 2 or 3. Some of them I just tied them too tight,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
The tighter they are, the louder the tone they are. Yeah. But Leon Weaver learned me how to tune the head on the banjo. I learned better. He learned better. So I'd go down there and run a banjo, and he lived well in the northeast part of town, a great big 2-story house. And tell me how nice the little old fellow was. He said, now if you bring that banjo around when you get through playing on the job, I told him I had to dance job and bust the head off my banjo. He said, what time did you get through playing? I said, about 1 or 2 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock. He said, all right, bring it over there and ring the doorbell and I'll get up and take it in and you won't have to pay for it. If you keep it till Monday, it'll cost you another $1. Starting $1 a night for a rented banjo. And got up out of bed and took it in.
Well,
keep me from paying. And I told him, I said, well, I can bring it in on Monday. He said, they're closed on Sunday, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, I could take it over to the house and then the same, I never thought of that. He said, you just bring it over and ring the doorbell and I'll get ready and take it in.
You're talking about Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old man, grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
He had the big band. You wasn't old enough to remember that.
I remember it, though.
Do you?
No, I remember hearing about it. It was before me.
A little bit of red face color.
Yeah.
Face just red as far and...
Little Hoover and his big band, they called it, yeah.
I think he had about 36 or 46.
Well, then he had the biggest scout band in the world, you know, there for a while.
Yeah.
Now, I know his sons. I know Paul, of course, writes the music, and then Lee is a doctor, and then Bud Hoover's an accountant. I know all of them.
Did he have 2 sons?
3.
3.
3 sons, yeah.
Did he have any daughters?
I don't know. There may have been. Now his wife's still alive.
She
Mrs.
is.
Hoover, yeah. She's
Oh,
over.
She must be getting old.
She's 95,
Yeah.
I think.
I bet she is.
But
He's been dead a long time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he has.
He died before you could come here to know him, you know.
Yeah. Wait, he didn't have. It was that Robertson that had the scout band.
Yeah.
Hoover had the little Hoover and his big band.
Big band,
yeah.
Big on the square hole.
Yeah, on the square.
Summertime,
That's
all the time.
right. I was getting them mixed up.
Played out Dome Park.
Yeah.
And he sure had a good band. Big band, a big bunch of them.
Yeah, that's what the son.
But he
told
sure
me.
was a good feller. Now that's I bought lots of fiddle strings. Been fixing fiddles for somebody ever since I was a kid. And I bought rosin and guitar strings, mandolin strings.
Yeah.
And he knew where I lived, you know.
Yeah.
And I said he had 3 used banjos. And I like this little Gibson better than them. I'd seen it down there in the barber shop where I went. The boy cut my hair, played in the orchestra. He bought it new in 24 and played it 2 years and took it up to Hoover, swapped it for 11-inch head. It's just 10-inch head, that Gibson.
Yeah.
And I knew that little banjo when I seen it up there. So me and Charlie's wife played 2 guitars after Charlie, and Charlie said, Bob, why don't you get a banjo and play it? I said, well, I don't know nothing about a damn banjo. I couldn't play one of them. And he said, well, you ain't too dumb to learn, are you? So that happened to go up there and look at one of them, you know. So I said, well, I'd like to have this little banjo, Mr. Hoover, but it didn't. The drought had 7 years of drought and depression and money was scarce. And we let them dance up to bonds for 50 cents a couple.
Yeah.
3 hours for 50 cents. Man and his girlfriend and boy both, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, I just couldn't buy it. He said, how much money you got? And I said, I've got $1 bill in the pocket. Lucky to have that. He said, give me that $1 and bring me $1 every Saturday and take the banjo home with you.
Well, I got you.
So that's why I didn't know how to play a banjo, so I know how to play a guitar, so I just went playing like guitar, you know.
Yeah, well, you're sounding pretty good to
I
me.
guess I'm the only man who plays a 4-string banjo like a guitar.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. I can actually play that a little bit here.
Yeah.
Next time we get together, well, we'll see if Art can get around too. I like to play your banjo sometime because you got a tune I can play it on, just like a tenor guitar.
Yeah, what way out to it, you play just like a guitar.
Yeah, well, that's like a tenor guitar. They tune those just the first 4 strings.
Well, a tenor guitar is just like a tenor banjo, ain't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Don't they tune this just like? Don't you tune that like these top 4
tenor
strings?
guitar is tuned just like a fiddle, ain't it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The one I played one time, the guy had it tuned like the top 4 strings of a
Like
guitar.
Yeah.
That's the way you got yours, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Well, I can play that.
But I think a regular tenor guitar, a regular tenor banjo, a 4-string tenor banjo, tuned like a fiddle.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't.
E, A, D, and G.
Yeah.
And I've got them tuned, but I buy tenor banjo strings, and I tried guitar strings on, thought maybe it'd be better, you know, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It didn't work as good.